A Buddhist Guide, Help Weak, Sick, and Poor People. Chapter 1. The Buddhist Way 1. Spiritual disease idea I got from reading Buddhist writings. Dhamma means natural truth or natural law. What is natural truth except to listen to yourself freely away from the world without listening to all that crap you were brainwashed by all your life? If you want to be healthy, live by what you feel within yourself. When we get separated from the things we love and do things we don't want to do like a crappy job, we feel empty. Learn life from within yourself. Unhappiness means you're not doing what you want. Try to do what you want. Life is never exactly what we want it to be. You need flexibility to do what you can and accept the rest. Love with a person is a problem because it always fades. This is not peace and joy. Try to control your emotions. It's very hard. Try not to be afraid of life, afraid you will end up sick and poor. Keep active. Buddhism 1. That is exactly what is necessary for you to realize. Gods, demons, the whole universe, are but a mirage which exists in the mind, springs from it and sinks into it. Tibetan mystic chant. Buddhism began around 2,500 years ago when Siddhartha Gautama left his life of privilege and wealth to meditate in search of enlightenment. Siddhartha Gautama said, "Do not believe in anything simply because you have heard it. Do not believe in anything simply because it is spoken and rumored by many. Do not believe in anything simply because it is found written in your religious books. Do not believe in anything merely on the authority of your teachers and elders. Do not believe in traditions simply because they have been handed down for many generations. But after observation and analysis, when you find that anything agrees with reason and is conducive to the good and benefit of one and all, then accept it and live up to it." Buddhism is the fourth largest religion after Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism. Siddhartha Gautama lived between 563 to 460 BCE. Buddhists do not worship gods. They seek enlightenment by applying the Eightfold Path, which incorporates meditation, morality, and wisdom. Buddhist monks say that reflective thought tempered by altruism is the way to enlightenment. Resort to solitude to think things through, realize your purpose, then act on it. Knowledge without compassion is meaningless. Treat all people as if they were your mother. We must very simply think before we act. Think at the end of each day about the events of the day, then plan the next day's events by being a better person. The only way to change the world is for individuals to take responsibility for their actions and take responsibility for the world that they live in. Be kind, loving and compassionate. Buddhism is being in touch with life right now, living what you have learned. To know Buddhism is to touch your soul. Buddhism is not a religion because there's no worship of a god, rather, it's a lifestyle based on spiritual values tempered by a good dose of altruism. The tenets are: help others, pursue the soul, true feelings inside, over the ego, the things you do to make other people admire you and think you're cool. Have no illusions, see things for exactly as they are. Have a clear purpose. Have a clear conscience. Live a simple life. Be a good person. Do worthwhile work. Practice self-analysis through meditation. Culture the desire to learn more. Stay aware of life. Be free from the material things of the world. Wisdom. Love. Ethics. Compassion. Buddhists believe in reincarnation, the idea that an individual goes through many human lives until they reach enlightenment, then they stay in spirit form. The person must release their attachment to desire and the self, to attain nirvana. Buddhism 2. The three trainings or practices are: Sila, virtue, good conduct, morality. This is based on the principle of equality, that all living entities are equal. The principle of reciprocity, do unto others as you would wish them to do unto you. Samadhi, meditation, mental development. Prajna, discernment, enlightenment. The Buddha's Four Noble Truths are: dukkha, suffering exists. Samudaya, the cause for suffering is the desire to have and control things. Nirvana, a freedom from attachment is a release of suffering. Magga, in order to end suffering, you must follow the Eightfold Path. The 5 precepts are: do not kill, do not steal, do not lie, do not misuse sex, do not consume alcohol or other drugs. Some other rules are: don't eat too much, don't party, don't be vain, don't live in luxury, don't hoard money. Buddhism 3. The Buddha's Eightfold Path consists of Panna, discernment, wisdom. 1. Samadhi, right understanding of the Four Noble Truths. 2. Sammasankappa, right thinking, following the right path in life. Sila, virtue, morality. 3. Samavaka, right speech, no lying, criticism, condemning, gossip, harsh language. 4. Sammakam, right conduct by following the 5 precepts. 5. Samma-ajiva, right livelihood, support yourself without harming others. Samadhi, concentration, meditation. 6. Samavayama, right effort, promote good thoughts, conquer evil thoughts. 7. Sammasati, right mindfulness, become aware of your body, mind, and feelings. 8. Sammasamadhi, right concentration, meditate to achieve a higher state of consciousness. According to Alexandra David Neal's Magic and Mystery in Tibet, 1929, thebooktree.com, 800-700-TRE, the stages of the mystic path according to a Buddhist monk Padme Samhava are as follows. To read a large number of books on the various religions and philosophies. To listen to many learned doctors professing different doctrines. To experiment oneself with a number of methods. To choose a doctrine among the many one has studied and discard the other ones, as the eagle carries off only one sheep from the flock. To remain in a lowly condition, humble in one's demeanor, not seeking to be conspicuous or important in the eyes of the world, but behind apparent insignificance, to let one's mind soar high above all worldly power and glory. To be indifferent to all. Behaving like the dog or the pig that eat what chance brings them. Not making any choice among the things which one meets. Abstaining from any effort to acquire or avoid anything. Accepting with an equal indifference whatever comes, riches or poverty, praise or contempt, giving up the distinction between virtue and vice, honorable and shameful, good and evil. Being neither afflicted, nor repenting whatever one may have done and, on the other hand, never being elated nor proud on account of what one has accomplished. To consider with perfect equanimity and detachment the conflicting opinions and the various manifestations of the activity of beings. To understand that such is the nature of things, the inevitable mode of action of each entity, and to remain always serene. To look at the world as a man standing on the highest mountain of the country looks at the valleys and the lesser summits spread out below him. It is said that the 6th stage cannot be described in words. It corresponds to the realization of the void which, in Lamaist terminology, means the inexpressible reality. Buddhism 4. Dharma means purpose in life. The Dalai Lama is a wise holy man believed to be reincarnated from earlier Buddhist leaders, but he's not a god. A Buddhist needs to find wisdom which will release him from his ego, which is the desire for material things, to focus on the matters of his spiritual journey, which he uses to find his unique talents which he'll use to serve humanity in some way. That's it in a nutshell. Buddhist philosophy is heavily steeped in suffering because they assume that it's a natural part of life and through it, we can grow, conquer it and use our strength to help others. Embrace your suffering, cherish it, look deeply into it. Only then, when you understand it, will you heal and take that healing out into the world. Buddhists stress this point heavily. You find enlightenment by analyzing your suffering and working through it to find peace and joy. Buddhist philosophy is active, meaning they don't believe in sitting around in temples wasting away meditating. A true Buddhist is out in the world helping people overcome their suffering. A Buddhist is not bound by sense pleasures or materialistic things. He's practical enough to live in the real world, but beyond that, he is concerned with matters of the mind and service to the world. He seeks to find happiness by achieving a spiritual kind of selflessness where he can act with no thought of personal ego whatsoever. In essence, he can be loving and compassionate to all manner of things, even enemies, without any emotional feelings or attachment. He has evolved to the point where he is living honorably out of an intrinsic sense of duty for the sanctity of all life. He is free from the burdens and impostures of a materialistic society. Buddhists follow a path of 8 noble factors. Try to live them all as a whole such that you become a radiant point of light to the world. Right thinking. Right speech. Right action. Right livelihood. Right energy. Right discipline. Right concentration. Right attitude. They say a truly enlightened entity doesn't try too hard, he doesn't have to. Just like the earth is open to the rain, you too should be open to the world, and the wisdom around you will come in naturally. Buddhism 5. In the final analysis, thinking deeply is fine, but there comes a time when you stop, do nothing, and let the free flow of thoughts go without expending any mental effort whatsoever. Spiritual flow. This is soothing to the soul and often leads to greater insights. You have to shut off the emotions and silently let yourself flow like a river. When you think, distinguish your thoughts into 2 streams. The thoughts of the world, daily, practical, and trivial matters. Thoughts of the soul, which are absolute truths. Take care of your worldly thoughts, but spend ample time on soulful thoughts to keep yourself peaceful and detached from the world. The route to nirvana is the recognition that there is no security or permanence. Everything is always changing, so you must culture the ability to get beyond your ego to live for your soul and then do things without much effort, kind of a like a nothingness attitude where it all comes easy cause you're in tune with yourself. This is freedom. Wisdom is great, but it mustn't be heavy or weighing on the mind. It must be freeing. You must feel like an empty vessel, not an overburdened intellectual snob full of self-important knowledge. You must feel joy from just being alive. Happiness comes through the body, through your senses, and joy comes through your mind, which is a higher state of happiness. Think of the mind as a river, always in a state of flux, some parts growing, others dying. Freedom of thought is nirvana. Western life has filled us with so many trivial commitments and distractions that very few of us ever get to experience this. The 5 powers of the mind are faith, energy, discipline, concentration, insight. In order to achieve true nirvana, you must give your wisdom away to others and help them. When you offer people your friendship, you're offering them the greatest gift anyone can give. Happiness is not possible unless we're free from cravings, negative emotions, and delusions. When you can live without these, you become free. Strive to touch the positive parts of your soul every day by doing your soulful pursuits to stay inspired. Recognize the positive parts of the people you're with. No suffering, but cross over from it into freedom and happiness. The 7 factors of enlightenment are discipline, critical thought, hard work, joy, ease, peace, concentration, freedom. The world is constantly in a state of dynamic flux. Nothing is certain or permanent, so if you don't become attached to things, you won't feel bad when something bad happens, like a hurricane or storm destroys your property. Buddhism stresses non-attachment to anything but the spiritual self. Feelings of fun, joy, and excitement are all fleeting sensations, not fulfilling within themselves. The goal is to become so stable that you have peace of mind no matter what. Buddhists believe reincarnation is a process of going through several or many different lifetimes as different human beings in order to pursue your path of enlightenment. Detach yourself from everything and just focus on your pursuit of Dharma, your purpose in life. When you think like this, whatever calamities may befall you shouldn't faze you beyond being used as learning experiences. Things that we like in the form of sense pleasures like sex, booze, sports, music, new clothes, etc., bind us up because we become slaves to them, addicted. It's all right to experience fun and exciting things, but it gets detrimental when you become obsessed or greedy. This extends into thinking patterns. We think one way, our way, and that's it. Keep an open mind. The ultimate goal is to lose all attachments to material things and even to your ego self, to become selfless, an objective person dedicated to being peaceful and compassionate to everybody, serving humanity via your life's work. There are over 600 Buddhist monasteries and retreats in the United States where people can go to replenish their souls. Some charge fees, others live off donations, accept you in return for work or just to be part of the daily meditation routine. Some have walking tours where they walk around the woods for several days. Many Buddhist organizations do compassionate things in the community like feed the homeless and comfort the sick. They also campaign for world peace. The misconception is that they look like a bunch of bald-headed Asian monks dressed in saffron robes, which is wrong. Most of them are ordinary people wearing street clothes, but they're there. Just look in your local phone book. They're a good force for society. They help a lot of people overcome medical conditions and relieve stress through the power of peaceful contemplation. Buddhism is not a religion but a philosophical movement, much like Cub Scouts, with a set code of peace and compassion. They have retreats, lectures, workshops, pilgrimages, community events and meditation sessions. Buddhism 6. Buddhists are humans like everyone else. They get angry. They fight each other. They have fights with other groups like Hindus, Muslims, etc. Don't trust anyone just because they wear a saffron robe and seem like they're meditating all the time. The idea of meditation is good to slow me down, to make me slow down my anger, make me less materialistic and focus on what's important for me to live a great life. I'm way too cynical to have any faith in the human race or brotherly love, but I love myself, so meditation keeps me close to my own natural standard of life. My interpretation of Buddhism is as follows. Accept the life situation you're in and make the best of it. Study yourself to discover who you are in your true nature away from everything in the world. Try to live by who you are purely and not get caught up in the love of money or the pursuit of any excesses like food, alcohol, drugs, material things, status, fame, etc. You are who you are by nature. Try to release that natural energy every day as opposed to following the artificial values of the world. You are naturally self-centered. It's okay to try to live a great life for you, but always be outwardly humble. Never flaunt an attitude in front of others. Don't acquire material things you don't need to either fill an inward emptiness or try to impress others. Simply be who you are. Release that natural energy all the time. Part of which should be to do something useful that helps others. Selfishness is evil. If you're greedy and materialistic, you're not a happy or a good person. Meditation is the daily practice of staying close to who you are in your soul. All enlightenment is the same. It's a realization that all you are is a block of finite time with energy. To stay in harmony with who you are, you must release your natural energy all the time to honor yourself. You can't feel good sitting back drinking beer, playing video games. Forget all the faiths, creeds, and beliefs you have ever held. Focus on your true nature, which should be a natural desire to do good, worthwhile, worthy things because it's inherent to your essence. Don't bug other people. Don't get involved in gossiping about them. It's okay to be friends, but not okay to smother others just because you feel lonely. It's not okay to put demands on other people to either do material things for you or to be there for you emotionally. Just take them as they are when you're with them in the moment. Do what you love to do day after day. That's as good as it gets. There is objective knowledge like math, science, and logic, but everything else is man-made, someone else's ideas, usually bullshit. Listen to yourself over and above all that crap they call the humanities, the social sciences, religion, self-help, etc. Experience life, analyze it. Think about what you want away from the world system. Being smart, clever, or witty or making lots of money is not enough. You can only be happy by knowing who you are purely and living by it away from the world's bull. Being a full human being is to break away from your capitalist pop culture indoctrination, have enough practical sense to earn a living, but beyond that don't buy into anything beyond the way your God created you to be. You will get old and die. Accept this fact of life and live as greatly as you can until you die. Relax, breathe deeply to take in a lot of oxygen. Oxygen is good for health. When you have a problem, confront it immediately to solve it so that you can ease your mind. Think wisdom action analysis. Wisdom action analysis. Focus on what you want and do it. Don't do what you don't like. Everything in the world is constantly flowing, all the world is in continual flux. You can't change anything in the world regardless of all the bull you see on TV about phony activists and liberals, because people are as evil as they are good. An evil empire already runs the world and it crushes anyone who tries to improve it. Strive to be happy first, then a good person. Don't be lazy and waste your potential. Don't give up your energy to worrying about things that may or may not happen. Be who you are. When you are that person, that's who you are, so you can't lack confidence or be insecure. You're just being yourself. Compassion is good, but be careful that people don't use your desire to be good to exploit you. It's very easy to be angry simply by listening to the mainstream news. I believe it all part of a grand scheme to control people, to have all this negative stuff coming at you all the time to make you feel scared, insecure and jealous of others. The solution is to ignore it all and focus on your life. Many people are evil pigs. I call them pass-raisits, the takers who want the freeloading life, living off the government, stealing, cheating, etc. Don't give them any of your energy. Chapter 2. The Buddhist Way 2. The Buddhist Path to Happiness at daringtolivefully.com/Buddhist-path-to-happiness. 8 Steps to Happiness. Understanding. Thinking. Speech. Action. Livelihood. Effort. Mindfulness. Concentration. Bring mindful awareness to daily life. Well-being is a sense of serenity and fulfillment. Control over the outer world is limited and illusory. Control your mind. The best way to train the mind is through meditation. Common sense. Careful observation of reality. Choices we make lead to either happiness or unhappiness. Make good choices because we want to be happy. 10 actions which lead to suffering. Killing. Stealing. Sexual misconduct. Lying. Malicious words. Harsh language. Useless talk. Covetousness. Ill will. Wrong view of the nature of reality. Happiness is being at peace in the present moment. Smile. Approach the day with gentleness and understanding. Breathe deeply. Peace and happiness reside inside of you. Stop getting in the way. A modern-day Buddhist speaks. When I was young, I attended some free Buddhist workshops in my hometown of Halifax, NS, Canada, which has several Buddhist centers like the one on Tower Road. I actually took notes then. When I found them on an old hard drive 20 years later, I edited them to create this article. Everything comes from the mind. We create our own suffering and happiness that we must take personal responsibility for regardless of whatever we experience, good or bad. Live with compassion and humor. Everyday life should be peaceful and healthy. The human mind instinctively seeks happiness. If your search for happiness is causing you to grasp emotionally at the sense world, materialism is a bottomless pit. If you're materialistic, you need to have control over it, otherwise you'll end up with a bunch of junk you don't need, in deep debt, no happier than you were before you had this stuff. Technological gadgets can't solve your problem. It's just you, your mind and your potential to develop a deep understanding of yourself and all other phenomena. Study yourself on how to live a good life every day practically and spiritually. Know how your own mind works. If you don't, you'll think you're fine when you're really messed up. If you have a strong mind, the world can change all around you, but your mind is still the same. If you're weak-minded, as soon as a few things change, like you lose your job or get divorced, you fall to pieces. Pleasure and joy actually come from the mind, not from stuff out there. The dissatisfied nature of the mind is suffering. Buddhist psychology describes 6 basic emotions that frustrate the human mind, disturbing its peace, making it restless. Ignorance. attachment, anger, pride, deluded doubt, distorted views. If you feel any of the above emotions, figure out why, solve that problem, then continue on without that defective attitude. It's fine to have some material possessions within reason. The problem is being attached to them. You're only really wise if you are constantly thinking about what is going on in your mind about your life and in the world as a concerned citizen. If you were truly a good person, you wouldn't try to act like a big shot or holler at people just because they mess some minor thing up that you don't like. Whenever you are emotionally upset, ask yourself, why are you feeling this way? Figure it out, then the next time it happens you say to yourself, this is meaningless, it doesn't really mean much next to how I want to live. Us Western folk think that money can buy anything, even peace of mind. It can buy financial security but can't buy prevention from illness or injury. Discover your true nature and live by it. Religious faith is not enough. It is made up of ideas that can easily be destroyed by what others say or by your own critical analysis. If you really know what your mind is and how it works, you'll understand that you are the instrument of your own happiness or depression. Be conscious in your everyday life. Do the right thing right now. Forget about your fantasy of your future fantastic life. Don't criticize what other people do. Focus on your own nobility as an individual. Understand the nature of your emotions. That way, your emotion is digested into knowledge and wisdom. Your mind by itself is pure. The crap of the world makes it impure. Understand your own nature, your own mind, and you don't get surprised by whatever you think up. Chapter 3. Some Buddhist wisdom from the free books at sacred-texts.com/bud/index.htm. Buddhist wisdom. Evil persons should be brought under control. The wise should be reverenced. Fill your treasury with honest deeds. Help others. Love others. Don't meddle. Mind your own business. If you're surrounded by evil people, abandon them for a different place. Avoid that friend who is greedy for wealth. Avoid a wife who is fond of fornication. Avoid people unskilled in their job. Ask for advice if you need it. The steadfast who speak in few words and politely are respected. Though you may suffer, be not anxious in your mind. There is always light tomorrow. An old man keeping company with woman is poison. A poor man's sleep in the daytime is poison. Worthy men do not make many promises and honor what they say. You will come to terms with your enemy on occasion. And on occasion you will quarrel with your friends. The clever man always thinks before he acts. Keep your tongue slow. Accomplishment is keeping silence. Stay vigilant to protect yourself from enemies. If you keep your weapons in order, your enemy will be subdued. By wearing poor clothes, a woman will be subdued. Ignorance will be subdued, overcome, by effort. Keep your resolves to yourself as a secret. Chapter 4. Notes on Buddhist Health and Vitality from A Buddhist Guide for Health and Healing by Drive. Fang Cheng Kar. Buddhist Health 1. Do not conform to the ways of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. Seek a life of wellness and happiness. Promote physical, mental, spiritual health and the cultivation of compassion. Have a good heart. Refrain from harming, in particular killing. Adopt a diet of whole grains, vegetables, fruits, seeds, nuts, legumes, and sea vegetables. Let go of anger and grief. Contemplate the true nature of all phenomena, illusory, dreamlike, impermanent, and labeling in self-nature. Engage in meaningful work that benefits others. Surround yourself with loving and supportive people. Help according to your capacity. Release animals such as insects, fish, shrimps, etc. that will otherwise be killed. To purify past negative actions, perform repentance. Don't buy into other people's BS. In order to stay compassionate, meditate on it. Rejoice in the virtues of all life. Be a helper and a teacher. Deal with people at their level of intelligence. Avoid high-risk behavior. See clearly beyond a self-view to desire positive change through heightened awareness. Donate money and take care of weak people. Don't burden others with your trivial problems. Heal yourself and get strong by being relaxed. Aspire to release your highest spiritual energy. Meditation makes you stronger. Strength is gained by recognizing the suffering of others as our own, by suffering as they are suffering, by feeling as one with others. Unveil the compassionate nature of our primordial mind. Seek peace and prosperity for all. Success in all undertakings. Increase in wisdom. Help sick people. Transform anger into peace and happiness. Conquer fear by doing something. Vitamin C is a healer. Compassion keeps you peaceful. Mind is the chief. Meditation is therapy. Don't be mad. Live in the present moment. Practice deep compassionate listening. Live a comfortable life. Strive to be comfortable. There are positive healing emotions, aka the relaxation response, faith, prayer, and compassion. May you continue to be well, happy, healthy and live long to propagate the happiness of all sentient beings. Mind-body medicine is the power of the mind over life. Western medicine has been treating man diseases by concentrating on the body, treating the effect but not the cause, thus depending on continuous use of drugs to treat one illness. Treat the cause itself, thus relieving oneself on the dependence of drugs. Don't worry, be happy. Bless yourself for good health, happiness, and longevity. Buddhist health too. The mind makes one sick, the mind can also heal. First heal the mind. Dharma, truth or personal duty in life, is the best medicine. Do something that makes you feel like a tiger. The karmic effect, you become what you think and do. Is morality connected to disease? I think it is. Evil people, even if they're psychopaths and don't care about hurting others, are still scared of their enemies retaliating against them. Evil adds up in the mind and spirit one way or another. The power of good deeds. The more you help others, the better you feel. Don't overeat. Eat wisely. Vegetarianism is best because it doesn't hurt animals. Meditation relaxes you and makes you feel good. It relieves stress. Walking is good for exercise, health, and meditation. Joy has a healing quality. So does a feeling of spiritual peace. Have gratitude and contentment for life and health. Use deep relaxation to feel good. Embrace your pain. Nobody can experience pain for us. Try to let it go. Chase joy amid pain. Fear is the major ingredient of pain. You are not your pain. Healing is tied into showing boundless love for people, animals, and yourself. Take good care of your body. Love yourself and love others. Minimize anger. Stress causes mental imbalance. Stay strong. Keep stress in a proper perspective. Don't overworry. The antidote for depression is a good mental attitude where you're focused on being happy. Let go of worry for health. Live in the present moment. Sleep well by relaxing. Laughing is good for health. Spiritual health is a sense that your life has a purpose given by God that you must do, expend energy on, day after day. Caring for the sick helps keep most people humble. Prayer and chanting keeps you focused on positive things. Many people have addictions and excesses in something like food, drugs, alcohol, porn, etc. All these things give you short bursts of pleasure. Fight them by striving to be happy by following your true nature purely. Don't deal with psychics, sorcerers, wizards, or any other scammers trying to get your money with lies. Visualization is another form of meditation. Focus on yourself with a strong, beautiful body with God's light shining into you. The power of belief in healing is very strong. In order to heal, you have to believe that you will. Religion is good for health. Prepare for death by knowing that life never dies. Your spirit moves on in a different realm. Life is uncertain, death is certain. You can maximize longevity by living a positive, healthy, Happy life. Buddhist Health 3. The most universal disease is lack of happiness or sadness in life. Healthy is the greatest lifestyle. Health is very precious, the greatest wealth. We are usually only aware when we lose health and fall into sickness. Appreciate your health. Health needs to be gained. It not a gift. Take the necessary steps. Do exercise. Balanced diet. Sleep. Quit smoking. Meditate regularly. Perform meritorious actions. It has to be maintained. Sickness is the most hopeless encounter. Even the mighty hero cannot resist sickness. It is useless to have wealth and fame abound when you are not in good health. When you are healthy and fit, the world outside is yours to roam. When your mind is well trained and strong, the world comes kissing at your feet. Then life unfolds its cherry pink cheeks, gold glowing in throbbing rich veins. For a while the world temporal light shines. It time when fellas ride high. But health is fragile, so take care. Brittle like thin crystals. The happy world too may break. Many strong men barely make 40. Many sickly ladies drag on but with frail bodies. So will it be a spring too short? Or a winter too long? What matters finally will be how life is lived. Sujava. Don't struggle to please the world. Focus on pleasing yourself, then love for the world will follow. Mind makes one sick. Mind can also heal. First heal the mind. No matter how pained or diseased, keep the mind calm and mindful. Buddhist Health 4. If a person is not in the habit of harming others, he, as a result of his harmlessness, will enjoy good health. It's karma. 8 causes of sickness: bile, phlegm, wind, union of body humors, seasonal changes, unpleasant surprises, sudden attack from without. Not all diseases are due to karma. There are 4 other natural universal laws, niyamas, in disease causation. U2 niyama, physical inorganic order, e.g. seasonal phenomena of winds and rains. Bija niyama, physical organic order, e.g. scientific theory of cells and genes. Dharma niyama, order of norm, e.g. gravitation and other laws of physics. Siddha niyama, order of mind or psychic law, e.g. processes of consciousness, telepathy, clairvoyance, and psychic power. Fasting or minimalist eating helps the body because it will not have to work hard on digestion like it usually does. You also lose weight, which is good unless you're near starvation. The 7 factors of enlightenment: mindfulness, investigative mind, effort, joy, tranquility, concentration and equanimity. The 10 perceptions: impermanence, non-self, unattractiveness, danger, abandoning, dispassion, cessation, distaste for every world, undesirability of all fabrications and mindfulness of breathing. The truth is better than delusion. Love yourself to love others. Buddhist Health websites: american-buddha.com, accesstoinsight.org, buddhanet.net, buddhistchannel.tv. Buddhist Mantra for Healing, how to help your body and mind. relaxlikeaboss.com/Buddhist-mantra-for-healing. Buddhist Healing Prayer. found-light-being/Buddhist-healing-prayer. Buddhist prayers for when you need to be resilient. themindsjournal.com/Buddhist-prayers-for-when-you-need-to-be-resilient. A collection of Buddhist healing prayers and practices. A buddhistlibrary.com/Buddhism/F-miscellaneous/miscellaneous. PDF file. A Buddhist Approach to Patient Health Care, Kusala Bhikshu. urbandharma.org/udharma8/health.html. The Power of Mantras, Healing, Setting the Mind Free. buddhaweekly.com/157. The Medicine Buddha and the Power of Healing. BuddhistDoor.net. berkeleycenter.georgetown.edu/essays/Buddhism-on-health-and-illness. Buddhism on Health and Illness for Buddhism. Buddhist Prayers, Buddhist, World Healing Prayers. worldhealingprayers.com/3.html. Tibetan Healing Meditation, a Buddhist Library. A BuddhistLibrary.com/Buddhism. Kindfulness for Stress Reduction. bgf.org.my/mech-events/sunbgf-online-kindfulness-for-stress. KINDFUL Gym, Be Present, Be Kind and Be Healthy, YouTube. youtube.com/playlist, list equals PLNC2P7 HIRF QJ 6 Tasu. The Buddhist Gem Fellowship of Malaysia, BGF, and KL Buddhist Mental Health Association, BMHA. Buddhist Channel Healing and Spirituality. buddhistchannel.tv/index.php?ID =$7,7093,0,0,1,0. Dr. Feng Cheng Car's blog. pccar.blogspot.com. Buddhist Gem Fellowship. bgf.org.my. enalanda.org.my. Tzuchi International Medical Association, TIMA. Tzuchi.org. Group of healthcare professionals under Buddhist Tzuchi Compassion Relief Foundation. Headquartered in Taiwan. Branches worldwide. Buddhist retreats. There are over 600 Buddhist monasteries and retreats in the United States where people can go to replenish their souls. There are also many in Asia that you can find out about through country tourist bureaus. Some charge fees, others live off donations or accept you in return for work. You can either stay there full-time or go for a few hours a day for the daily meditation routine. Some have walking tours where they walk around the woods for several days. Many Buddhist organizations do compassionate things in the community like feed the homeless and comfort the sick. They also campaign for world peace. The misconception is that they look like a bunch of bald-headed Asian monks dressed in saffron robes, but most of them are ordinary Americans wearing street clothes. They're there, just look in your local phone book. They help a lot of people overcome medical conditions and relieve stress through the power of peaceful contemplation. It's not a religion because there's no God. It's a philosophical movement much like Cub Scouts with a set code of peace and compassion. They have retreats, lectures, workshops, pilgrimages, community events and meditation sessions. Many have brochures that they'll send you on request. You might find a book or two at number 291, number 294 or BQ72 of the Library of Congress system at the library. Try Buddhism, retreat, religion, Zen, or meditation in your local phone book or on internet search engines. allaboutretreats.com. aritair.org. bhavanasociety.org, Highview, WV. bpf.org. buddhanet.net. geolec.com/www.vl-buddhism. cloudmountain.org, Southwest Washington. dancing-bear.com/pls. dhama.org. dharma.org. dharmanet.org. drepung.org. fwbo.org. gl.umbc.edu/jcovey1/zendo. ilp.com/wisdom. ilhawaii.net/vfh. infinite.org/bodhileen. inter-link.com/dharma. inwardboundadventures.com. io.org/klima. isg.usa.com. kdk.org. kripalu.org. libertynet.org/Buddhist. luca.cba.uiuc.edu/pzc. maui.net/L. maui.net/meta. mhv.net/dharmacom. mit.edu/benbr/fwbo. mro.org, mt. Tremper, New York. naropa.edu nauticoem.net/dukha. anychung.org, Pahala, Hawaii. retreatsintl.org. serenityretreats.com. sfzc.org, San Francisco. shadow.net/Hiruka. shambihala.com. shambihalasun.com. spiritrock.org. spiritrock.org, Woodacre, CA. ssp-ii.com/ssp/allfaiths. sunsight.unc.edu/zen. terra.org. teleport.com/edotm/gateway. tenzinpamo.com. terraport.net/dharma-center-canada. tibethouse.org. traveler.com/fcp/sfs. ukla.edu/yang/truebuddha. users.aimnet.com/kclsf. visionstravel.com. vnet.net/users/godag/k8mpa. Some Buddhist centers are: Area Margot Foundation, 2130 Fillmore St. Number 124. San Francisco, California 94115. Area Marga at igc.apc.org. Some walking tours: Bell Springs Hermitage, 4 Ca Low Lane, Novato, California 94949. 415-883-6111. Fax: 415-883-6660. Bodatree, 11355 Dauphin Avenue, Largo, Florida 34648. 813-392-7698. Buddhist Monastery, 16201 Tomke Road, Redwood, California 95470. 707-485-1630. Fax: 707-485-7948. California Buddhist Center, POG 1167. N. Fork, California 93643. 209-877-4386. Fax: 209-877-4387. City of 10, 000 Buddhas. 2001 Talmadge Road, Talmadge, California 95481. 707-462-0939. Fax: 707-462-0949. Devachan Temple, 5 Dickey St. Eureka Springs, Arkansas 72623. 501-253-7028. Damadina, HC1, Box 250. Joshua Tree, California 92252. 619-362-4815. Gay Buddhas, POG 29750. La, California 90029. 213-461-5042. Healing Tao Center, POG 1194. Nuntington, New York 11743. 516-549-9452. Institute of Buddhist Studies, 1900 Addison St. Berkeley, California 94704. 510-849-2383. Fax: 510-849-2158. International Buddhist Meditation Center, 928 New Hampshire Ave. Los Angeles, California 90006. 213-384-0850. Fax: 213-386-6643. International Buddhist Meditation Center, 1331 33rd Avenue, SF, California 94122. 415-731-1941. International Meditation Center, 438 Bankard Road, Westminster, Maryland 21158. 410-346-7889. Fax, 410-346-7133. International Zen Center. POB 491218. La California 90049. 310-472-5707. Lakeside Buddha. POB 7067. Evanston, Illinois 60201. 847-475-0080. Meta Foundation. POB 2523. Wailuku, Hawaii 96793. 808-878-3760. Maui.net/meta. MTN. Spirit Center. 8400 Juniper Way. Tehachapi, California 93561. 805-333-7204. Pansophic Institute. Tantric Buddhism. Box 2422. Reno, Nevada 89505. Phoenix Buddhist Network. 4701N. 35th Way. Phoenix, Arizona 85018. 602-957-7007. Rainbow Tours. 7125W. 27th Ave. Wheat Ridge, Colorado 80215. 303-239-89917. Walking Tours. Sacred Passage Workshops. Bisbee, Arizona 85603. 520-432-7353. Fax, 520-432-3065. sacredpaw@primenet.com. Sangha. Black Range STA. San Lorenzo, New Mexico 88041. 505-536-9847. Southern Dharma Retreat Center. 1661 West Road. Hot Springs, North Carolina 28743. 704-622-7112. Fax, 704-622-7112. Spirit Rock. 5000 Sir Francis Drake Boulevard. Woodacre, California 94973. 415-488-0164. Spiritrock.org. Tibetan Buddhist Learning Center. RD1, Box 306A. Washington, New Jersey 07882. University of Oriental Studies. 939S. New Hampshire Ave. Los Angeles, California 90006. Drive. Of Dharma Degree. Vipassana Meditation Center. POG 24. Shelburne Falls, Massachusetts 01370. 413-625-2160. dhama.org. Vipassana. 34 Lorenqui Place. Asheville, North Carolina 28801. 704-255-7635. Washington Buddhist Vihara. 5017 16th St. NW. Washington, D.C. 20011. 202-723-0773.